Sumshodhini'21. I am honored to welcome our beloved dynamic leader, Professor and Head of the Department, Dr. K. Rajanarendra Reddy Garu. We would also like to welcome our faculty coordinators, Anil Kumar Sir, Vinod Kumar Sir, Sumitra Ma'am. We are very pleased to welcome our faculty members, Kishore Kumar Sir, Divya Ma'am, Hari Kumar Sir, Rajesh Sir, and also our student coordinator, Satvik Reddy, and my event coordinators, Yashwant, Sharad Chandra, and Rupesh. Without wasting any much time, let us proceed into the event rules.
Amma, excuse me. Sorry for interruption. Try to have a recording session, ma.
Yeah, ma'am, sure.
The-
Ma'am, shall I repeat it once again?
Record చేస్తున్నారమ్మా? Fine. I think now it is getting recorded.
Ma'am, shall I start it once again?
No problem. Continue.
Yeah, without wasting any much time, let us proceed uh, our Quizolic round one rules. So as you all know, round one contains of 15 questions, which is provided in your Google form, which will be posted now. The time limit of 7 minutes will be given for you. The qualification will be for the next round will be based on number of correct answers. If the number of correct answers matches, then the fastest response will be given priority. So this is the simple rules for round one, as you all know. So I request Yashwant and Rupesh to mention the team names in order to provide the breakup rooms for them, and also provide Google Form link in the chat box. Yes, Sharad Chandra, can you provide us with the Google Form link? Yeah, we will be sent you for the rooms based on the teams. So after getting into the teams, your response will be activated at sharp 12:15. So be sincere and be honest for yourself. I request Eshan to read out the names of the teammates. Rupesh, can you read out the names for the teams?
I'm reading the teammates
and
list.
Rakesh.
Sharad Chandra, can you speak out once again?
Okay. The first team is 2 members, P. Abhinay and B. Rakesh.
Can you provide me the rule numbers?
Rule number B21ME 0220 and B21ME 28.
020 and 028.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And the next team?
B20ME 080.
080.
B21ME 133L.
080 is not in the meet.
Okay, then leave it. Leave that.
Yeah. He is in the meet. B20. Can you come?
B20ME 080.
Okay, B20 ME 080 and
B21ME 133L.
yeah, okay, cool.
Next one,
And
B21ME 138L.
okay.
B21ME 142L.
Okay.
And the next one, B21ME058.
Zero 058.
The next one, B21ME053.
Okay. The team number 5.
B19ME002.
P19. Okay.
B19ME007.
Yeah. So team number 6.
B21ME031.
And
B21ME036.
okay. And next team.
These are not from our college. I'll read out their names. You make them as a team.
Okay.
B Anusha
B Anusha.
and P Saumya.
P Soumya. P Soumya.
Saumya.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we have received 7 teams so far. So
And
we
the,
are
la- the
assigning
last team and the last team is G Akila
G Akila.
and T Rakesh.
Yeah, okay. After you are going to the team, after you are you will be directed to the rooms. So do not leave the room there. We will monitor you from here. We also know, please keep, and one more instruction, please keep your video on. So we will also post again in your respective rooms. And
So should I click get started or not?
just a minute, Shad. At 12:18, we will inform you. At 12:19, the Google Form link will be opened, and it is of 7 minutes. After 7 minutes, it will be closed. So all the best for you all. You are directed to your rooms very shortly. I request Sharad Chandra to say the team name 1, to say the members in the team name 1.
P Abhinay and B Rakesh.
Rule, can you say their rule numbers?
B21ME020.
020 and
B21ME028.
028.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir, sir, ma'am. They are sent to their rooms according to their theme wise. They are providing the Google Form link and they will access after a minute. And after 7 minutes, we will get the results.
Okay, ma, fine.
Now Google Form is activated, ma'am. I request everyone to write their exam, start their exam right now.
separate meeting है क्या तो
कुछ and next the best example for the heat pump is AC and air conditioner, and the heat pump application would be take place without the application of the external power or source. And next the working principle of the heat pump. The heat pump the heat is absorbed uh, means the heat is absorbed in the outdoor unit and it is turned into cold gas, and then the great pressure which is applied to the coal gas, and and next it helps to turn the gas into the hot gas. So by this process the hot gas is cooled into the indoor unit by passing the air and circulating the air throughout the room. And next history of the heat pumps. Heat pumps. The first heat pump was being generated by the Peter Vaughan in 1856. He recognized the thermal energy and he recognized the principle of the heat pumps while conducting experiments on the use of water and like a boiling of water and something like water variance and moreover that and types of heat pumps. Air source heat pump and geothermal heat pumps and exhaust air pumps and solar assistant heat pumps, water source heat pumps and hybrid heat pumps. In most of our days, we use only the air source and the geothermal. Next, the air source. The air source heat pumps is reversible heat pumps. The main mechanism of the heat pump of the outdoor unit which is placed in the outdoor of the house or a room, and it brings all the hot air uh, and next the heat air which is transferred from the outdoor unit and it directly will move into the compressor, and the compressor will go under the pressure of a mechanical pressure, and next it turns into a the hot air is turned into a cool air. By this, the air source heat pump can be defined, and the simple image can be shown here in the screen. And next, ground source heat pumps, and it is also known as geothermal heat pumps. A ground source heat pumps is a heating or a cooling system for building this ground source heat pumps which is placed under the ground up to a we can take up to the place of the 5 to uh, 5 to 10 meters depth. By that the two pipes is arranged like the heat pump unit and the heat pump outside the unit, and so the heat distribution system is one system, and the heat distribution system outside the system, and this is another system. So by this the hot air which is present in the room, it will be absorbed by the heat pump unit, and it turns and it moves through the ground heat exchanger, and the heat will be released in the ground, and the the heat will be exhausted there. Next, the cool air from we can include the cool air in the heat pumps. By this, the cool air will be circulated throughout the room or the building. By this, the ground source heat pumps are being used. These are mostly used for the uh, uh, these are mostly used for the industrial purpose and for the for storage of the fruits, vegetables, and many other vegetables for storing them, and is most applicable in the storage capacity, and next problems related to the heat pumps. Heat pumps and the outdoor unit will be frozen, and the next heat pump will run continuously, and next heat pump doesn't switch from heat source to the cool or automatically from cool to or heat. Next, the advantages of heat pumps. The heat pumps are much safer than systems that are based on the composition. They are cheaper to run the oil and gas boilers. And next, they have a less maintenance and combustion heating systems. And next, they may be eligible for payment under the renewable heat energy scheme, which is government is providing for every industrial purpose or for a household purpose. And the heat pumps can be provide cooling during the summer, effectively making it an air conditioner. And next, it reduces the carbon emissions, and it has a efficient conversion rate of energy. And next, the disadvantages of heat pumps. Heat pumps are very high startup cost, and they are fairly difficult to install, and we need a assistant to install it. And it's and next and some of the fluids used for the transfer of sustainability, and there is environmental concerns. The environmental concerns means like carbon emissions, and next ozone depletion, and many other. By this, we
Sorry,
face many
Abhinav.
issues.
You are left with 1 minute.
Okay, thank you. And the installation process will be mean significant and significant and disruption to the house and garden. And any queries?
All right. Thank you, Abhinav. We shall now begin the Q&A session. Sirs, if you have any, you can ask.
So very good afternoon. Your name is Sainath, right?
No, sir. Abhinav, sir.
Abhinav. Okay, sorry. Okay. What are the applications of a heat pump beta?
So applications of heat pumps mostly in for the heat. So application for heat pumps are mostly for the air conditioner and the refrigeration systems.
Okay. Fine.
Sir. Sir.
Is there any difference between a heat pump and
Sir, I am not able.
Murthy sir, voice వినోడట్లేదు sir.
there is
Sir, voice is not audible, sir.
please see the chat box.
Okay, sir.
Heat pump and the
Okay,
difference?
I'll ask you. Sir is asking for the difference between heat pump and refrigerator.
Okay. So a refrigerator system is for the and it cools the external fluid by through the evaporating and whereas the heat pumps and next heat pumps uh, it heats the external fluid uh, uh, it heats the external fluid by heating process in the compressor and next the heat pumps is regarding for the cooling or heating regarding cooling or heating of the device or the room or the temperature. Sir,
The old concept now. What is the novelty here?
so providing grid service is the new one, sir.
Providing.
Sir, providing grid service is new for this, sir.
Can you give clarity? I could not understand.
So by using the electricity which is was produced from the coal, it takes the uh, and it takes the high charge. So by giving the grid service, we can reduce the cost of the efficiency or and next we can reduce the cost of output of the heat pumps. And most of the European countries and the US, they're following the grid service nowadays, sir. They can use the heat pumps as for the cooler process or for the heater process also, sir.
Please share the title.
Sir?
Title of your work. Title sheet.
Okay, sir.
How we will give the grid service? How you will give the grid service?
Sir,
Give me clarity of your total concept. 1 minute. What is the
okay.
total? I could not follow the main idea.
Okay, sir.
Good work. I could not follow the work.
Okay, sir.
Just I want clarity.
Okay, great. So that ends our Q&A session with Abhinav. Good job on your efforts today. We wish you the best for the final results. And so now we shall begin with Sainath. Sainath, are you ready?
Okay, 1 minute.
Yes, your screen is visible.
Thank you.
sir.
Sir?
అనిల్ సార్ మాట్లాడుతున్నాను.
Yeah, sir.
మీరు ఫస్ట్ స్టార్ట్ చేసే ముందు ఒకసారి వీడియో ఆన్ చేయమన్నాము. వీడియో ఆన్ చేసినాక ఒకసారి చూసినాక ఫ్యాకల్టీ చూస్తారు కదా, చూసినాక
Yes, sir.
ఓకే
sir. 1 minute.
చెప్పండి.
Good morning, one and all. This is Sainath, being roll number B1 and ME062 from 3rd year. Today I'm gonna talk about the advancements in regular maglevs. Those are superconducting maglevs. So we all know that maglev trains are common nowadays. Like many countries are literally running on maglev trains literally from 2008. And maglev basically stands for magnetic levitation, where the trains are propelled using magnetic levitation from a large number of magnets. And this method can be a bit quieter because there will be no direct contact between the train and the track, so it goes quieter and even smoother because rather than the wheeled transit systems. And however, the most power we will be using here is only used to overcome the drag in the starting and not in the lifting of the train or anything. So, but here we are, rather than the conventional magnet systems, here we are talking about the superconducting magnets, which can be replaced with conventional magnets and can be reached speeds of up to 600 kilometers per hour. And the major breakthrough in these types of magnets is once you need to charge these superconductors only once rather than the conventional maglevs where you need to supply it with a constant charge. And this technology is not yet in use, but according to some researchers, they'll be using this technology from 2027. And okay, so first the basics of maglev strain, how maglev actually works. So for any maglev train, all we need is these three principles, that is propulsion, levitation and guidance. So propulsion is basically the train moving forward, and levitation is the train which lifts above the ground, so there will be no friction contact between the train and the track. And guidance is that the train always stays in the middle of the track. So here we will be using the basic superconducting techniques to make these three achieve. The basic working principle is the law of magnets. We all know the law of magnets, how magnets actually work. Like poles repel each other, opposite poles attract each other. But what we are doing here is not regular magnetic levitation of maglev. It is superconducting maglev, which is a bit different. So first of all, let's discuss superconductors. And we all know that superconductor is a material that exhibits two incredible properties when it is cooled below so-called critical temperature. And the two properties that we are discussing about is zero resistance and that's why people use them in electronics. And the most important property which we will be using for superconducting magnets is Meissner effect. And in Meissner effect causes superconductor to completely expel magnetic fields when they enter superconducting state. And this is mean that the material will actually levitate over a magnet even though the material is not magnetic. And now like demonstrating this experiment, let us consider this disc, which you can see in the blue color disc, which is levitating over the track. That's a yttrium barium copper oxide, which is whole disk, and the superconducting material is just a tiny silver of stainless steel core inside the disk, and covered with a protective layer of silver and aluminium and the alloys. So, and when I say the tiny silver, it is just 30 microns, which is 30 times smaller than the thickness of the hair of human. And now if I put a magnet next to the disk, that will not attract, like, because the disk doesn't have any superconducting nature. So, but when I drown the disk in liquid nitrogen, one of the most amazing things about superconducting levitation is what you see here. Not only the disk hover above the track, it can also hover below the track. In fact, we can shape the track in any way possible, and the disk just zooms along it, and at exactly the same height. And that's due to the phenomena called flux spinning, or we can call it as quantum locking. Basically, while the Meissner effect means that any superconductor will expel magnetic fields, you intentionally introduce some imperfections into material, which I mean to say that as soon as the material, any material which comes in a superconductors, the flux lines which every conductor has, that passes through the superconductor, so that the superconductor gets locked to any track you lay. So this is the best part of superconductors, and here you need to just charge the disk once. Like once you give the disk its nature, and then it zooms around the track. You don't need to charge it again until you make it to rest. So now we'll be seeing how this actually works in propelling, levitating, and guiding a train. So our first basic task is propulsion. So propulsion is basically the moving the train forward as fast as possible. For this, we'll be using a guideway. I mean, the guideway is basically a track, the side port of the track, where we'll be using a series of magnets, square-shaped magnets, which opposite polarity. I mean, you can see that one is south, and then the other one is north and south, north, and these are propelling coils. Okay, and the same coils are used inside the train, the same propelling coils. And now when you see this, when you see this propelling coil, like assume the train is in this position at first. So when you see the net force of the propulsion coil, this is the south, north and north, they repel. So this pushes the train outwards, and north south pushes, and this attracts. So this net force will be in forward direction, so the train moves forward. And as soon as these two becomes parallel, I mean, there will be a point of time when the net force will be zero. Like this one goes exactly, the north and north goes parallel to each other, so net force will be zero. Then what we do is we will change the polarity. There will be a switch. With the switch, we will change the polarity of these coils in the guideway. So as soon as you change the polarity of the coils in guideway, then again there will be a net force. And as soon as it comes to zero, then again change the switch. Look, the polarity just changes. So in this way, the more faster you change the polarity, the more faster there will be a net force generating, and the train moves forward. So here the speed only depends on the speed at which you will be changing the polarity of these guideways. So here you will be achieving propulsion just with the simple technique of changing polarities of magnets. And part is levitation. Levitation is achieved with this help of the figure eight shaped coils, and these are just coils. These doesn't have any electric current or any charge in this, and these coils are placed in between these two guideways. And now assume these guideways are two magnets here. You can see in the right side image, there are two magnets which are on the both sides of the train, left and right. So sorry, these are the two magnets which are on the left and right side of the train. And but by basic magnetic definition, you can just replace these two by for our simplification. These two magnets, you can just assume it as a pair of bar magnet. because however it is just north south, so you can just assume and you can put it as a whole bar magnet, like in this way, for a simplification. Now assume this is
Sorry,
our
Sainath,
train.
you are left with 1 minute.
Yeah, okay. Now assume this is our train and this moves through the track, and these are the figure eight shape coils we will be using. So as soon as the train moves downwards due to magnetic induction, the EMF induced here will be higher than in the top force, because there will be more force here. So this pushes the magnet on the top, because when there is higher EMF here, there will be north pole generated on the right side. So these north and north repels and it pushes the train upwards, and there will be south pole and it attracts. So until this goes into midpoint and these two EMF become zero, this will be moving upwards. So by this way we can get levitation. Yeah, here you can see due to the net force, until this moves into the middle, the train just moves upwards and it just stays there. And the last one is levitation. Levitation is also achieved with the same simple concept of magnetism, which is connecting these two eight-shaped coils which we used for levitating. And same, this is a bar magnet. Assume this is a bar magnet. Magnet is not in the middle, and it goes towards sides, and due to EMF induced in these figure eight shaped coils due to high polarity, there will be a repelling force until it comes into middle. So as soon as the train stays in the middle, there will be no repelling force, and when there will be a slight changes in the polarity, the train automatically changes its direction. So this is how. And the main problem is there will be no contacts between the train and any other materials. So for all the power generation inside the train, like for the electric charges or for the bulbs or anything inside the train, we'll be using inductive power conduction, where that just the cryogenic system of train here the principle of electromagnetic induction, the power is transferred from the ground coils to power conduction coil in the train without any material connection. Safety and concerns, these are super magnetic fields, and to make the people safer from these radiations, because sometimes due to more magnetic fields there are some signs of cancers. So we'll be using these magnetic shields on the sides of the train so that people won't get affected inside. And the advantage is these trains have no physical contact, so with the tracks or very less friction, and it gains very high speed easily, and it can take more people per hour without no pollution, and these are advantages. But disadvantages.
Sorry, Sainath, your time is up. We expect you to conclude.
And conclusion. This is clearly we can see that magnetism and electricity will change our future, and rather than the conventional magnet, supermagnets which comes with great benefits like that, with change using polarity only once and charging the train only once, and it just goes, and attaining high speeds, and there will be no pollution. So this will be I guess this is the future of our trains. Thank you.
Thank you, Sainath. We are now open for question and answer session.
Very nice presentation, Sainath.
Thank you.
What is mean by maglevs?
Maglev is basically a short form of magnetic levitation.
Magnetic levitation. So, who will be implementation first?
First, it was a German-based company. They started in around 1980s, but then there was some accidents and the government just banned it. and then the Chinese people took over the, what do you call, ideas, and they started in Beijing. In Beijing, there is a magnetic train running from 2008.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. What about the speed of this particular train?
Right now, what we are seeing the fastest one is the one at Shanghai International Airport, which goes around 400 kilometers per hour, sir.
Okay.
And this current technology, the superconducting, there was recent test test, and it shows around 650 kilometers per hour. There was a test run recently, and they achieved a speed of 650 kilometers per hour with superconducting.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So,
Yes, Sainath, can you hear me, please?
Yeah, yes, sir. I can hear you.
First, I can.
సార్ మీ వాయిస్ కొంచెం కట్ అవుతుంది.
Ramesh sir, you are not clearly audible, sir.
Okay. Okay now,
Yeah, yes, sir.
my friend, what
Sir.
made you to pick up this topic?
What made me? So,
Yeah,
I am.
how come you chose this topic?
Yeah. So,
Be frank, was it given
Okay,
by
sir.
a senior or
No,
taken
no,
from some?
not
It
in a
should be
sir.
open book, please.
It's just right from the childhood. I'm just fascinated about trains and how they work. And once I've seen the documentary on how Beijing Maglev's work and how they can
Yeah.
achieve 400 kilometers per hour, where our Indian trains can't even reach 100. They hardly reach 100.
Yeah.
So I was just amused by that, like how they can literally reach 400 kilometers per hour in the 2000s itself. So I was just seeing all the documentaries, and then I came across this one where the Japanese engineers have created a technology where the trains can reach 650 kilometers per hour. So it just fascinated me to work on this, and I just thought to give a presentation on it.
So what is the maximum speed that can be achieved on magnetic levitation train by a magnetic levitation train?
Right now, it is around 650, sir, and that too there is some limitations, because obviously there will be some safety hazards, right? So you can't just unlock all in a single go. So with some limitations, that is around 650 now. 650
What is
kilometers per
650
kilometers.
watt? Yeah.
Yeah,
Per second.
650 kilometers per hour, sir. kmph.
Very important. Never miss the unit. 650 kilometers per hour. Can you where it is in which country they across which route that is being run? Can you speak?
There is a maglev line called Yamagashi maglev line in Japan, sir. They are using this. I mean, this is in, they are building the whole track now, but they already conducted tests on the test track. Right now, they are already started constructing the whole track from Kyoto to Japan, not Tokyo to Kyoto.
Very nice. Because history is also very important.
Yeah,
When you are
sure, sir.
you have come up, that is the essence of asking. First, it's good to hear from you, Sainath. From my side, it's okay. Other faculty can take over, please. Thank you, Sainath.
Thank you, sir.
Are you monitoring, Sindhuja? Nana?
Yes, sir, I am monitoring.
Yeah, you can ask other teachers to just, because everybody,
Yes,
every teacher should, they should raise a
Yes, sir.
query. Yeah, please ask one by one.
Murthy sir, if you have any questions, you can ask him. Sir, you are not audible. Sir, can you please type in the chat box? Yes, I'll help Murthy, sir. Sir is asking for the novelty. That means what's the newness in this topic?
Yes, sir. So, 1 minute. Sorry, my screen share. Right now, whatever the world is currently using here is just Maglevs, where they'll be using just the physics of levitation and all, sir. But here, this is the most efficient way. Like superconductors, as I explained on superconductivity, you just need to charge the magnets once, and they just have the capability of levitating over a disk, and the disk can be of any shape, and it just hovers them. And then right now, the magnet trains which we are using doesn't have this. Like you need to constantly using power to change the polarity and all. But here we'll be not having that issue. So these are most efficient, and superconductors can also be like more faster than the conventional one. So it's basically more efficient and more power when compared to the conventional magnets which we are seeing currently.
Murthy, sir, if you have any forwarded question, you can ask. Okay, sir. Expecting you are done with your questions. Oja ma'am, if you have any questions.
No question from my side. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. And Dr. E. Ramesh, sir, if you have any questions, you can carry on. Expecting every judge have any other questions?
Last
yes,
question,
Ramesh, sir,
Sainath.
if you have any questions.
Yeah, yes, sir. Sure.
Sainath, in this type of train, sir, it will be implemented in India. What are the drawbacks are there?
Yeah, the main drawbacks is that like no, you can see with the present trains, like no matter whatever train, whatever the new train you can see, you can just use it on the old tracks. Like they just need to be with the specification of the narrow gauge, broad gauge. It just depends on that. Like, you can just use the narrow gauge wheels, and you just run the trains on them, no matter how speed it is. If it's more speed, you can just change the tracks a bit, like I mean, change the concrete or anything. But in this, you need to change the whole layout, and even the stations and everything you need to change it, sir.
Thank you, judges. Thank you for your questions. Okay, great. So that ends our question and answer session with Sainath. Good job on your efforts today. We wish you the best for the final results and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
So now we shall begin with Srinidhi from first year mechanical. Srinidhi,
Yes.
switch on your video and start your presentation.
Yeah, Srinidhi, just sorry to interrupt. Srinidhi, you are number 3. Sindhuja, she is the third candidate student
Number
who is
4, sir.
present. Number
Number
4. So already we have done the 3 students.
Yes, sir.
She is fourth, and another 3 are left. Huh?
Yes, sir. Another 2.
Yeah, thank you for that.
We have
Thank
6
you for
participants, sir.
Okay, friend. Thank you. Sorry, over to Srinidhi.
A very good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon to my juries and my co-participant. I'm A. Srinidhi Nayak from first year mechanical department. So my topic is about Industry 4.0. I'm sharing my screen. Sorry, can you see my screen?
No, your screen is not visible.
Screen is not visible.
Yes, it is visible now.
Yes, my topic is about Industry 4.0.
Yes, open your PPT.
Is it visible?
Only your files are visible. Your PPT is not visible. Try to share your screen so that it is visible.
Is it visible?
Yes.
Okay. During pandemic, we have seen how digital technologies are important in our lives. We have seen online teaching, online shopping, video conferences, etc. And also in this COVID-19 pandemic, we have most of the peoples in our nowadays are using the digital payments for the money transaction like Phone Pay, Google Pay, Paytm. All these technologies already made lot of changes in industrial, and this crossed to the next level, that is Industry 4.0. So I am going to cover topics related to Industry 4.0 are what is Industrial Revolution, and second one is what is Industry 4.0. Finally, what are key technologies in industry. Coming to Industrial Revolution is defined as the major changes and transition in manufacturing and industrial processes with the new innovation technologies. We can see in the first Industrial Revolution in 1784 with introduction of in 1784 industries have introduced with machines powered by water and steam. In Industry 2.0 with the introduction in 1870 with the introduction of electricity and steel, mass production automobiles, train roads like airplanes are invented in this time. And when it came to the industry in revolution of 3.0 in 1967, the industry has introduced electronics, automation and computers. Coming to the present technology, which is Industry 4.0, today we are in fourth industry revolution by cyber and cyber physical systems connected to the real world, which is a virtual digital world is connected to the real world. Industry 4.0 is a new phase in the industrial revolution that introduced intelligent networking of machines and processors for industry with the help of information and technology. It connects with machines and systems in industry. Example, if one machine is down, then that machine will inform to the other machines to work without an human interruption. Means the machine can think and communicate with each other. Also, factories are connected to other factories. If one factory is overloaded, that factory will inform to another factory to start and protect itself, and it runs automatically and transform its load. This is and in industry 4.0 we have many branches like IoT, Internet of Things, data analysis, artificial intelligence, robotics, industrial cyber security, additive MFG, augmented reality, big data analysis, and cloud computing. Now I'm going to say about IoT, Internet of Things. IoT is nothing but, let me take an example that a smartwatch that can sense body temperature, and it automatically notify that if the body temperature is high, it asks the person that can I book a doctor appointment, yes or no. If we say yes, then the smartwatch automatically sends the information to the hospital or it makes a call. And also IoTs allow field devices to interact with less human intervention. It's a network of physical objects that are able to collect data with the help of sensors and exchange data each other with the help of internet. Next, going to the second one, it is about the robotics, advanced robotics in Industry 4.0. We know that nowadays most of the industries are using robots for like manufacturing processes in hospitals and in many industries. Robots are commonly used in manufacturing processes. Robots can interact like humans. They can interact with one and another and work safely side by side with the human. With the interaction with us, it can also interact with the humans and it learns safely. Advanced robotics are programmable machines that are usually able to carry out a series of actions autonomously or semi-autonomously. Robotics is a branch of technology that deals with physical robots. So we can also say that it is a human-robot collaboration. And next coming to the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is nothing but, first let me take an example that we all know that Hey Siri in iPhone. It helps to make a calls. If we say Hey Siri, please make a call to some XYZ, then it makes a call. It means it is recognizing our voice and it understands our instructions and dials call. This is what the artificial intelligence is. Most common application of our artificial intelligence is a machine learning. So artificial intelligence AI is a computer program which enables a machine to stimulate human behavior like learning, planning, reasoning, knowledge, sharing, problem solving, etc. This is about artificial intelligence, and let me now talk about cloud computing. Cloud computing is nothing but it is storing data from various electronic devices in a remote server, and you can access it from anywhere in the world. For example, taking a Gmail, we can access our Gmail from anywhere in the world. So cloud computing is a use of remote servers to store, manage, process data which can be accessed through the internet on demand, like Google, Amazon, Microsoft. And finally, and we can say that what are the impact of these industry 4.0? It mostly helps in our economic, business, national, global, society and individual. The major impact is on national and global. It also helps to the government, countries, regions and cities, international security, for society, inequality, community, and the individual identity, morality and ethics, human connection. This is the graph which I was showing on, which I am showing on my screen. It says about the in Amazon the working of the robots. We can see that gradually the uses of robots, I mean uses of technology, you can also take it as uses of technologies, how it was growing yearly. Into the looking at the 2013, it is majorly very less because the technology at that time was low, and gradually when the technology is increased the uses of example like robots, they are using in a major more than the humans. In this graph we can see how the technology is going on. And finally I can say what is the benefits from the industry 4.0 is productivity and efficiency. We have productivity and efficiency is more cost optimization, will get new opportunities, and customer satisfaction, and safety by cyber security. We get more safety to our from the hackers. So yes, this is about industry 4.0. Thank you. Any questions?
All right. Thank you, Srinidhi. We are open for question and answer session.
Dear Srinidhi, hope you are in the first year. Friend?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good that being a first year mechanical student, you are speaking about a course which is taught to my knowledge in the third or final year BTech program. Okay, you have just tried to show some, dwell upon some ABCDs of industry 4.0 mapping with the robots or artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud computing, blockchain technology.
Yes.
Do you really, I would like, it's not a query. Did you really understand the concept of industry 4.0? It is just self-appraisal.
Yes, sir. It is nothing but the industry 4.0 is nothing but
You
using.
answer me one word. Friend, I am not asking you to define, explain, or demonstrate anything. I am just asking, you might have referred some text or some material and you have come up with this PPT. I am first wholeheartedly appreciating you. At the outset, I would like to know, did you really understood the concept of industry 4.0?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's it. How confident you are, I just want to check. That's it. That is the intention of a query from my side. Next teacher.
Thank you, sir.
Next teacher.
Hello, Sumidhi.
Yes, ma'am.
My question is, it's a very good topic. Whatever you choose for first year student, it is a very good topic.
Thank
And
you.
if my question is, if you have a manufacturing company, so how it helps you? How Industry 4.0 benefits for your company?
Yes, ma'am. If I have an industry, how this 4.0 is used to me is mainly first the cyber security. Because no, I mean hackers cannot hack my system and my data. And also second one, more than the humans, I I can use the robots for quick manufacturing, and also it increased the profit. It increased the profit of my company. Yes, ma'am. That's it. It increased the profit of my company. Human work will be less, and I can have more productivity using robots, and also more security to my data without getting hacked. It improves my sales.
Thank you, Srini. Thank you.
Thank you.
Srinidhi, you have taken a wonderful novel topic, very good. I
Thank you, sir.
congratulate you. But in the discussion, you are telling the Amazon has used more robots and it is using more robots replacing the human.
Not only
So
more robots, sir, but
it,
it is using the industry 4.1, I mean technologies.
okay,
Present
it is
moving on
using the
technologies, it
technology,
is
but
using.
what I heard from you is more. It is using more robots than the human beings nowadays.
Sorry
That's
for my
what I
mistake.
heard from you.
Sorry for my mistake, sir.
So what happens is it gives a wrong sense that industry 4.0 improves the unemployment.
Yes, yes.
And whichever is the technology, it should give a solution to the society. It should not create a problem to the society, just like unemployment. Anyhow, you have taken a very good topic, but you should go into the depth. Okay, being a first year student, you have done justice to the topic, but you can do better. And in the way of making a PPT also, artificial intelligence PPT, there are some words you have written, but the space in between the words, space is not given in the presentation PPT.
Actually, this
So
is
take
the
some
first.
more care in making the PPT. Good luck.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Srinidhi, you are saying something. Actually, ఏమో చెప్తున్నారు చెప్పండి.
Actually, this is the first time to prepare PPT, sir. So, if any mistakes, please excuse me. I will not repeat this again.
No. It is not a matter of excusing here. It's not finding it. You are trying to mend you, correct you. Teacher is saying, my friend, this is that you when you come up, you become better. Next, you should become the best. That is only the intention. Na చెప్పటంలో. Okay, na?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
In your graph projecting that Amazon, what is WH? Amazon WH, you have shown that statistics. WH and then Amazon WH. Number of robots in the year wise, you have shown now. Amazon WH, you can go one slide prior to thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
One
Work
slide.
hours. Work hours, sir.
Work hours.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So like that, you cannot use the abbreviation on your own, my friend. Idi nana. So you can understand, I can understand, but in general, you should always think that you are speaking to a layman and you should always start from the scratch. So you can, okay, yeah, good. Next teacher.
Srinidhi, very nice presentation you are expressing for industry 4.0.
Thank you, sir.
Come to that in artificial intelligence with the examples, or you are beautiful to say that with the example of a iPhone, with
Yes,
the
sir.
explanations of Siri. So very nice, very nice, very nice.
Thank you so much, sir.
Very good. My side is no questions and no queries. Thank you. Very good, very good.
Thank you so much, sir.
Dr. E. Ramesh sir,
Dr. E.
please.
Ramesh sir.
Okay, Sindhuja, if
Yes, sir.
you can move ahead.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. All right. Thank you, Srinidhi.
Thank you, sir.
So that ends our question and answer section with Srinidhi. Good job on your efforts, and we wish you the best for the final results. And so now we shall begin with Rakesh. Rakesh, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, okay. With his request, I am sharing his presentation from my screen. Yes. Is my screen visible?
Yes, yes, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Rakesh, you can start your presentation.
Okay, thank you. Good morning to one and all. This is Rakesh from first year mechanical. Yes, I am today presenting about ultrasonics future applications. Ultrasonic is a branch of physics. It has high frequency, and ultrasonics greater frequency is 20 Hz to hear for human beings. Ultrasonics have many applications in various fields, and in this various fields, I take some fields to explain about the ultrasonics cleaning process. Ultrasonic cleaning methods are used in removal of rusting paints for metals, ceramics, glass. Ultrasonics are used to generate cavitation bulbs in water to clean clothes, machining and machining. Ultrasonic machining or future machining that is used for producing a hard plating from the material. And welding. Ultrasonic is a very beneficial method for joining the substances. Welding in aluminum by removing the oxidation layer, and welding of thermoplastics, polystage weldings. And I'm explaining about non-destructive testing, NDT. Ultrasonic is especially familiar with the non-destructive testing because it can be used with the most of substance. And NDT examines both surface and interior by plus echo techniques to detect implications, flash cracks in materials using frequency range 1 mH, 1 mH, 1 mHz to 15 mH. Electronics and in ultrasonics used in electronics. Ultrasonics is extensively used in electronics industries because ultrasonic waves can be generated and detected. Ultrasonics are used in cleaning, testing, and welding of electronics components, and ultrasonics are used in agriculture also. Ultrasonic waves are used in germination of seeds and growth rate and yielding of crops, and ultrasonics are used to destroy the virus and bacteria and fungi in agriculture, and it can control the pesticides by killing germs and insects. And ultrasonics phonochemistry, which deals with effect of sound energy and chemical process, acoustic and flow metering. It is a technique that's use sound waves to measure the velocity of fluids flowing in a pipe. Ultrasonic flow, the metering of liquids is based on the Doppler effect. Material science. Ultrasonics can be used for a determination of property of solids such as the compressibility, elastic, and especially heat ratios. Medical and ultrasonic is used in medical also. Medical ultrasonics is used in cardiology and dermatology, sonographics and cosmetologics treatments of kidneys and a bladder stone. And coming to the conclusion, in the future generations, almost are use the ultrasonics only waves because of it is deals with medical and aerospace, material science and paramedical, microbiology and agriculture, biotechnology, and it has been concluded in the paper that ultrasonic is still important because it adds a new set of opportunity in different areas. And thank you.
Okay, thank you. We are now open for Q&A.
Dear student friend, Nana, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Hearing, sir.
ఇప్పుడు బ్రాడ్ గా జస్ట్ లైక్ ఏ సైన్స్ టాపిక్ ఇట్ హ్యాస్ కమ్ ఫ్రాంక్లీ స్పీకింగ్ చెప్తున్నా తప్పుగా అనుకోదు ఫస్ట్ ఐ కంగ్రాచులేట్ బట్ యూ హ్యావ్ మేడ్ సమ్ ప్రెజెంట్ యూ హ్యావ్ డన్ యువర్ but still you can do lot more. It's simply you have taken one ultrasonic, you have defined what is an ultrasonic 10th class boy can do, and you have listed some applications. Instead of that, here you could have taken one, you have narrowed down the thing. ఏదైనా ఒక స్పెసిఫిక్ ఏరియాలో డొమైన్ తీసుకొని యూ కుడ్ హ్యావ్ ఎక్స్ప్లోర్డ్ హౌ దట్ ఈస్ ఆగ్మెంటింగ్ అని. ఓకే, సో దట్స్ వాట్ ఐ వుడ్ లైక్ టు సే బికాస్ యూ ఆర్ ఎ ఫ్రెషర్. So please make a note of that point. That's what I can say from. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. This is first time, sir. Actually, this is first time, but I will try, sir. Next time, I will try my level best, sir.
What I want to say, every time should be the last time only, yaar. My friend, you should not think that I am in a first year student, I have second year, third year, fine. No, this is the last time that I am going. Like that, you have to give your best. Okay, friend, please, no issue. Other teachers, please.
So good afternoon to everyone. Rakesh is very nice presentation. Okay, but what you have to written in this particular PPT, you can give and best. Okay, so మీరు ఇచ్చే ముందు మస్ట్ అండ్ షుడ్ గా యూ కెన్ నో ఇట్ వెరీ వెల్. అది మీరు బాగా తెలుసుకోండి. అంటే వాట్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు గోయింగ్ పర్టికులర్ టాపిక్ ఆర్ ఏరియా ఆర్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ మే బి, యూ నో ఇట్ వెరీ వెల్. You can write in the PPT, you can present it well. Okay, so in my observation, and thank you. Okay, please. Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Rakesh, how much time you have spent on this? For this presentation, how much time you have spent?
Sir,
how much time you have taken for the preparation of this presentation?
Sir, actually, I take the time just only half day, sir.
Better if you could effort some more time.
That is my mistake, sir.
No problem. It's a definitely you have taken some initiative in the first year, but do better.
Okay, sir. Definitely.
Do it in the next time. Who is your counselor?
Sir, my counselor is D. Sai Kumar, sir. G. Sai Kumar, sir.
Have you consulted him regarding topic selection?
No, sir. I am not consulted. Just I consult my faculty, sir. Engineering physics, sir. P. Srinivas Rao.
Okay, good. No problem.
You only selected this topic, sir.
No problem. But if you consult your counselor, not only for this purpose, any purpose, you will get for all technical details. Your counselor Means not only your counselor, any student will get a better input from the counselor. Being a first year student, whatever the work you are going to do on technical grounds, please take his help. Okay, good luck.
Definitely.
Pooja ma'am, if you have any, you can carry on.
No, thank you.
Dear teachers, we need not have to ask a question, but our input can be an impetus for the student. So that's why I am asking every teacher to just give an input that will help him in the long run, because most of them are first years. First, I apologize that I have joined very late. I should admit that I have joined late up till 12 o'clock 10. I was there in the Silver Jubilee Hall. So I first admit that. And whenever one student has completed his presentation, let us all, whatever direction, whatever may be the word we want, there is nothing you can express. Thank you. Hinduja, if it is done, you can go for the next student, Nana.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
All right. Thank you. Good job for your efforts today. We wish you the best for the final results. Now, we shall begin with next is Rajesh. Are you here?
Yes, I am here.
Next participant is Yafar, I think. Zafar. Rajesh, are you ready? Or may I go with Zafar? Hello.
Dear students, please respond.
Hello.
Jafar, are you there
Zafar?
online? If Jafar is not there, you call other student, Nana. Sindhuja.
Yes, sir. Zafar? Zafar, are you here?
He has raised his hand.
Yes.
You can see.
Yes, Zafar, you can speak something. Yes, you are not audible. Can you exit and join once again?
Sindhuja, what happened?
Yes, sir. Give me 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Zafar, you are audible.
Jafar, you are audible, my boy.
Yes, sir. I am going to present his presentation. Is my screen visible?
Visible.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Zafar, you can start. Hello, Zafar.
Hello, hello.
Yes, you are audible. You can start.
Okay. First of all, very sorry for the delay. Yeah, a very good afternoon to every faculty coordinator, the respected dignitaries, and the student coordinators present here in the meeting. This is Zafar Ahmad Sharif from pre-final year mechanical, and the consent topic which I have chosen for this paper presentation is reusable launch vehicle systems. Next slide. Can I get the next slide? Can I go to the next slide, please? Yeah. First of all, I have categorized my presentation in mainly three categories. That is, the first of all, I will be discussing what actually is a reusable launch vehicle systems, what is its background, how the idea of reusable launch vehicle systems came, and the second part I have focused is on the current scenario of the reusable launch vehicle systems. That is, what is its working mechanism, how the various organizations are coming forward to allow for the recovery of the rocket parts and the space junk, and make space travel more accessible to common people. And then third part of this presentation, which is my own idea to recover the rocket parts. Next slide, please. Yes, coming to the background of the reusable launch vehicle systems, the idea of the reusable launch vehicle systems was came up with NASA. That is, they have introduced a space shuttle. NASA space shuttle was the first ever reusable spacecraft. What was its working principle was it launched like a rocket, transported the payload or the satellite into the Earth's orbit, that is lower Earth's orbit, and also transported the parts to the International Space System and returned back to the Earth in such a way that it returned like a rocket and landed like an aeroplane. But this concept in coming days proved more expensive, so this idea was shut because it proved more expensive, and it could not be affordable to various organizations. Next slide. Next slide, please. Yes, coming to the introduction of the reusable launch vehicle systems, what actually is reusable launch vehicle system is it is a launch system that is intended to allow for the recovery of the part or all of its components for the later use. That means if we launch a rocket, we should ensure that the rocket parts are reused. That is, they are brought back to the Earth's surface, set at some coordinates on the Earth's surface, and if the rocket parts are back on the Earth's surface, we can reuse them for the betterment. That is, we if even if the rocket parts cannot be functioned anymore, we can reuse its material for the production of other materials. That is the main objective of the reusable launch vehicle systems. Next, please. Coming to the mission profile, a rocket is mainly divided in three categories. That is the first stage, the second stage, the payload stage, and the interstage. Coming to the reusability concept, the first stage is more expensive in a rocket that is to be recovered. So coming on its reusability, we need to recover the first stage, and as the payload consists of the satellites, it transports the satellites in the Earth's orbit, but we need to bring the rocket boosters back to the Earth. So hello.
Yes, you can continue.
You are audible.
Okay, sir. Yes, coming to the EPOS after STS. STS in the sense is Space Transportation System. Various organizations have been coming up to show their interest towards the rocket reusability, because rocket reusability is the future, and coming to the trend, more people, even the common people, are interested for the space transportation. Next slide, please. And coming about the various organizations, some of them are SpaceX and Blue Origin, which have reintroduced the concept of RLV after the NASA space shuttle. SpaceX is a private organization founded by Elon Musk. It was founded in 2002. It aimed to develop a carrier rocket that is to be brought back into the Earth's surface after transporting of the payload into the Earth's surface. At present, it is the most important company in the field of space transport system, and along with SpaceX, Blue Origin is also coming forward and also actively launching its rockets into the space. And one of the very recent activity is a human flight to the space and reverting back to the Earth's surface. That is Virgin Galactic by Richard Branson. And the main important person from our country, from our origin, is Shirisha Bandla. As we all know, they have traveled to space, stayed there for for 5 to 10 minutes, and reverted back to the Earth. That is to show how the space is accessible to common people as well. Next slide, please. Yes, coming to the future and the future of space and its growing demands. In this slide, I have shown the main rocket carriers of SpaceX company, the Falcon 9 and the Falcon Heavy. This was in the year 2015 when the Falcon 9 rocket reverted back to the Earth's surface successfully after many failing attempts. The rocket has been brought to the Earth's surface on a drone ship, not on the Earth's surface, or not on the land, but on a ship. That means on the water, SpaceX has successfully brought back the rocket booster and made it possible for the reverting back of the rocket boosters and for the recycling and reusing. Next, please. In the SpaceX, the two main carrier rockets are Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy, and in this slide I have differentiated and described about their capabilities. That is, they're based upon their performance, its launch cost, and also the services they have been used for the for the transportation of satellites into the Earth's surface. Next slide, please. Coming to the rocket reusability from an economic point of view, as I have earlier said, a rocket mainly is categorized in three parts. That is the first stage, the second stage, and it's based upon its structures. Coming to the first stage engine is most expensive. That is, the major portion consists of the first stage engine. That is, it is more expensive, and it would be more feasible if we recover the first stage engine and the rocket boosters as well. And the propellants and fuels and gases are also a major portion to be considered for the rocket reusability and prove them less expensive. And coming on this idea, the organizations have been working for to reduce the launch cost by considering these factors. Next slide, please. Next. Yes, coming to my own idea of recovering back the main idea was to recover the space, recover the rocket parts back to Earth. But my own idea is that ever since we started launching rockets into the launching satellites into the space, it was then a thing called space. There was empty, and we used to launch the satellites and the some systems. But if we see now, the space consists of more and more debris. That is, the junk is being spreading over the Earth's surface and rotating around the Earth at certain velocity, which is more dangerous to our future generation. So I have come up with an idea to recover the space junk and bring them back to the Earth. Next slide, please. Yes, the methods which are useful for improvising the space technology.
Sorry, Zafar, you are left with 1 minute.
Okay. Yes, the method which are useful for improvising the space technology is recovering and reusing the space junk. The two main methods I have described in this presentation is harpoon, used to capture a satellite, and capturing the junk or the debris with a net. In this slide, I have shown how a harpoon is used to capture a satellite or a debris which is normally a dead satellite. The harpoon, the thing is, we need to focus on the debris, and we need to pick the harpoon on it so that we can hold it and bring them back to the rocket or the carrier and revert them back to the Earth's surface for the reusability. Next is shown is the harpoon, how a harpoon works. The satellite picks the object with the help of harpoon, and it captures the dead satellite and bring them back to the space system and revert them back to the Earth's surface. And we can then reuse them for the betterment and also melt its material for production of other materials. Next, capturing a debris with a net. Next slide. Next slide. Here in this, first of all, I have discussed how a harpoon is used to capture a debris. The other thing I have shown here is capturing a debris with a net. Basically, what we do is capture a junk satellite or any part that is rotating around the Earth with the help of net. We capture it, bring them back to the system, and with the help of the reusable rocket, we bring them back to the Earth and reuse them and recycle them. That is the thing. The conclusion for this is the long-term vision and the goal of space industry is to create a launch vehicle that is capable of delivering fast, safe, and reliable, and relatively inexpensive launch to the space, but also bring the dead satellite junk back to the Earth's surface for the reusability. So, thank you.
Thank you, Zafar.
Any queries?
Now we are open for Q&A session.
Okay, Jafar.
Yes, sir.
That's good. You have given us some glimpses of those space, starting from SpaceX, starting with NASA, SpaceX, and next other companies which are trying to take this space tourism for having this for developing this space. Very nice. Yes. But I would like to know from how long you have been connected with this topic.
Sir, it was just about an hour I have prepared for this, sir.
No, that should not be there. That's what I am saying. It's the interest I want, because see, if you are interested in any topic, you should have a continuous, consistent effort. It should not be a day and night like that. So
that this concept,
your presentation is good.
Yes, sir.
See, what I want to say is, if you can pick up this much momentum for an half an hour or half day or 1 day effort, then what could how much you can yield at the end of the day, if you have thrown some increment every day.
Yes, sir.
So that is the reflection what you have to get. That is only the point I would like to address. And it's just like some recap of the entire space, where how you can reuse this, whatever that parts of the rockets which are detached whenever they are going and before they enter into the space. Reusability you have talked.
Yes, sir.
But that it should be CIE. That's it. That's what I can sum up.
Okay, sir.
Right. Other teachers. And how come you got all these pics? Where you have got this?
Sir, this
all
topic
those background pics of
from
SpaceX or other from?
This concept was on my mind from long back, sir. As I have got the chance, I have assembled all the things and presented to you, sir.
Okay. Just keep on clicking next, background, next immediately. Next, okay. Next. Okay. So you are a third year student, right?
Yes,
if
sir.
I'm not wrong. So where is the acknowledgement here? It's yours. You have taken all those sources, beautiful sources, but you should acknowledge with due acknowledgement. It's the first year I cannot speak, but you are third year guy, right?
Yes, sir.
That's most important. Whenever you take a photograph of anyone, it is with a due respect, with a due regard to that company or whatever person. You have to please mention that, right? So that your understanding is good. Whatever the subject topic you have dwelled upon so far for the past 5 to 10 minutes, understanding is good, but the other part is also very important. So please, if you put more efforts, definitely it can yield you in the long run. Thank you. Over to the next teacher.
We welcome our beloved HOD, sir, Dr. Raja Narendra Reddy, sir.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Okay, expecting sir might be busy. Sirs, judges, if you have any questions, you can carry on.
Yeah, good afternoon, Amma. Keep continue your learning and scrutinizing activity. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your inputs. Yes, sir. Murthy, sir, if you have any questions, you can carry on.
Jafar, you have taken a very good topic. But
yes, sir.
As far as the economics slide is concerned, you
Yes,
have
sir.
put one slide on economics, means cost comparison.
Yes, sir.
Cost of rocket and reusable rockets.
Yes, sir.
Can you say what is the percentage saving in the terms of money? Okay, environmental aspects I have understood. In terms of money,
So
how
the
much
major
we can
portion,
save?
yes, sir. The major portion, if we depend upon the new techniques, we can recover them for about 50 to 60% back to the earth, sir.
And what is the capital expenditure required for reuse? Is it also taken into account?
Yes, sir. It is for sure. It is taken into account, sir.
Because to reuse the thing, you have to put initially some initial expenditure.
Yes, sir.
Is it taken into consideration by when you are saying 50 to 60%?
Firstly, I have categorized the rocket parts, how the first stage engine is taking the major portion in the cost of launching a rocket. Then I have categorized the fuels, whichever the fuels are used, the electrical board, the propellants and gases. Then I have shown how after recovering, how we can reduce the cost of these materials.
Okay, but okay, it's good. But what is my question is, have you taken into account the initial expenditure?
Yes, sir. The first pie chart itself is the initial expenditure, sir. The second stage cost is after the reusability. How we can consider the reusability factor.
Now, how many rockets are being reused by ISRO?
Sir, ISRO has a concept called RLVTD. ISRO is currently working on it.
They are not able to implement that.
We have implemented, sir, and sooner we'll be launching the reusable rockets into the space system, sir.
Till now, have we implemented at least for one rocket?
Yes, sir. RLVTD is the concept, sir.
So it is in the initial stage. It is being implemented. It's not a full-fledged implementation is not started. Is it okay?
Sir, can you come again?
It's not implemented as a full-fledged implementation is not started. Is it right?
Yes, sir. Its current status, it is being tested, sir, and mainly it is an uncrewed flying test, sir. Uncrewed flying test bed. We can say that is used only for testing, and it was started in the year 2016, and we have been performing various tests on it so that we cannot fail. Actually, we have been working on it, and sooner we will be launching it, sir.
Okay, very good. Next person.
Yes, sir. Srikanth sir and Ojam.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
sir. Please carry on, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Jafar, so in which country they are implemented first?
sir, it has been firstly implemented by NASA, sir.
Okay,
US.
okay, sorry, NASA. Okay.
Then the various organizations are coming forward.
Okay, how much time taking process it will be take on reusable?
Sir, to make to design and build a carrier rocket, it will take about 2 to 3 years, and if a rocket is launched, we can revert the boosters back in 2 to 3 months also, sir.
For reusable, how much time it will be take?
It depends, sir. It depends on the factors of like how a spacecraft is designed. Its velocity, it's considered. Its fuels are considered. Its propellants are considered. And if once the rocket transports the payloads or the satellites into the Earth's orbit, it takes minimal time to revert back to the Earth's surface.
Okay, thank you.
So,
Jafar?
Oh, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ojan madam, आप पूछिए madam.
Thank you, sir. Jafar, from my side, it is a very nice presentation, and whatever the data you collected from the online and nicely presented also. Just a small question: which country made a reusable rocket?
Ma'am, as I have said, the first concept was introduced by NASA in US. US, ma'am.
US.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Because our country is on the ongoing process.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, United States already made this reusable rocket.
Yes, ma'am. In the year 1961, firstly they have launched space transport carrier rocket spacecraft.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Right. So, friends, this is not a question, but only for information sake, I am here, right? So, I mean, the concept of the relaunching rockets has been introduced by Elon Musk, and he is the introducer, and he has introduced in the name of company known as SpaceX, right?
Yes, sir.
So Elon Musk is the one who is behind this concept of relaunching devices, because most of the, I mean, in case of space launching devices, what happens? So most of the space launching device, what happened? It will deliver the space shuttle in a particular atmosphere. After delivering the space, the satellite. Sorry, it's satellite. So after discharging the satellite at a given atmosphere, these boosters, the launchers are also known as the boosters, will fall down in the sea. Again, they take back from the sea and they try to re-erect it. But the investment that is put in this launching device very huge. Very huge means it is very high even compared with the satellite. So the concept of the reusable launchers has been came into the mind of this person known as an Elon Musk, and then he started working. So more than 150 experiments has been failed by the Elon Musk, and finally in February 2018 he successfully shown the launching device for it is delivering the space. The what we say that. Satellite. He delivered the satellite in the given orbit, and then slowly it has again approached to the launching pad. And the same person is also is a successful person who is more successful person who has designed the electrical vehicles. So most of the electrical vehicles that are being used in all the Western countries are designed by the same Elon Musk, and the company is known as क्या है भैया आप कुछ बोल रहे Tesla. So Tesla, in the name of Tesla, he is introducing the all electrical vehicles. In the name of SpaceX, he is designing the relaunching device. And thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you, Vinod sir, for your valuable inputs. Judges, if you have further questions, you can start. Okay, thank you, sir. So that ends our question and answer session with Zafar. Good job on your efforts today. We wish you the best for the final results. Now we shall begin with Vidhi.
Yes, good afternoon to everybody. This is Vidhi Sirvi from Mechanical, third year.
Yes, Vidhi, you can start.
Yes. Yeah, can you see this screen?
Yes, your screen is visible.
Yeah, so very good afternoon to everybody. So today my topic is axial flux motor. Let me give you the overview. So I am going to start with the abstract and then say about the radial flux motor, that is already the traditionally used motor, and then parts of the axial flux motor, and the main part is working principle, and then advantages, applications, and also the conclusion. So this is abstract. I want to say about the traditional used radial flux motor. At first, this is most commonly used motor, and when we go with the magnetic flux of the radial flux motor, the axis is like motor axis and the radial flux axis are perpendicular to each other. We can see in the first diagram here, this is nothing but the axis of the motor, and remaining this is nothing but the axis of the magnetic flux. So these both are perpendicular, and also the torque, and due to this the torque is produced. And so I will compare the torque of this to the axial flux motor, because torque is the main thing in the motor that will generate the power.
So let's talk about the parts of the axial flux motor. So the main part is stator, and these are the winding of the coil where current is passed, and this is nothing but the rotor, and the blue color one that you see is the magnets, permanent magnets. And we also have electronic controller that wrote, and yeah, that's it. So let's come to the main part of this presentation, that is working principle. So this is the main part of the axial flux motor. It consists of a permanent magnet which is attached with the rotor, and this is nothing but the stator. So here these are also magnets, but these will convert into electromagnets, and this is rotating part of the axial flux motor. So now this is the stator, and stator consists of like the stator is zoomed in here. So stator consists of the coil, that nothing but winding we have told in the parts, and this is nothing but the fixed coils, and we have a freely rotating electromagnet that is nothing but stator. So this is the winding of the rotating stator. So here what happens is the coils are energized, and we can see 3 coils here. This is nothing but one coil A, and here we can see the coil B and also coil C. So when we energize this coils, so the magnet present here, it will convert this part into north pole, and this is south pole, and here this is the permanent magnet. So this is the north pole and the south pole. So when this coil is energized, we can see the torque, like this is the torque generated. So these are the direction, like like pole, and like unlike poles, we know that unlike poles attract each other and like poles repel. So that is nothing but the direction of that force. So this then in the resultant will rotate the rotor. We can see here. So when it rotates, it will come to this position, the right side of the picture. When it come to this position, we can see that the net force here becomes 0. So we can see that, okay, here it's going to stop, but it's not so. Next, at this point of time, the next coil B is energized at that point, and then the same procedure repeats. So here the coils get attracted and repelled, and the resultant will nothing but rotate the rotor. So this process continues and rotate the rotor. And next, like coil C, but we can see that here the power generated will be less, the power output is less. So we have come up with the idea, like if 2 coils are rotated both with the south poles, then the middle here will be the net force. So as a result, here power output will get more. So in this case, now we are energizing 2 coils at a time, A and B. This is south pole and this is north pole. So yeah, so this is the direction of the forces, and with where net force, we can see up net force is towards south, and here it's towards north, and this will like double torque is produced, so power output will be more in this case. So now combined effect produces more torque, and power output is also more, and constant torque output will be getting in this case. And so the main question is, how will you choose which coil to energize? So here for this we use a sensor. So there's a sensor that will just energize, just give the information which coil to energize, and then the coils will be energized. So that is nothing but smart electronics controller. It looks something like this. So this is connected to the rotor, and this the coils will be energized in that way. So if we compare now the axial flux motor and radial flux motor, the main is in axial flux motor, higher density of flux is produced. If we go to direction, here I already said that in radial flux motor, the directions are perpendicular. That is, the direction of the radial flux motor and the direction of magnetic flux are perpendicular. But in this case, the direction is parallel. So here, this is connected in this way, and we can see the magnetic flux lines are parallel to the axial flux motor, and in this way we can see that the in axial flux motor the density, the magnetic flux density is more, and when we go to the diameter of the axial flux motor is also larger, that in turn produces more torque. And coming to weight, axial flux motor are light in weight when compared to radial flux motors. So, and also cost, when we come to cost point of view, and axial flux motor are less costlier than radial flux motor. And we know where the motors are used mainly. Mainly axial flux motor can be used in heavier vehicles where we need to carry heavy things, but where speed is not necessary, but we need to carry heavy things like lorries or airplanes. No, there we can use axial flux motor. So by saying this, I conclude that axial flux motor are highly efficient, cost friendly, and less weight, and that's it. So we axial flux motor can be used presently. These are the references where I have collected the pictures and information. And thank you.
Thank you, Vidhi. We shall now begin Q&A session. Yes, sir.
Nana, Vidhi?
Sir?
Am I audible?
Sir?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
friend. Vidhi, very nice that you have come up with an radial flux instead of an axial flux motor. Can you tell me some of the limitations? You have thrown some light on the advantages or disadvantages. What are the limitations of your radial flux motor, friend?
Sir, I've come up with axial flux motor, sir. Like limitations of radial flux motors are more costlier and all, so that's why we have come up with axial flux motor. You are asking about the limitations of axial flux motor, sir, or radial?
Radial flux motor.
Yes,
radial
sir.
Flux
motor is nothing but it is heavier, sir. First thing, and less torque density, and yeah, they are costlier, sir. So these are the limitations.
Can you state some applications where you have seen or you have read or some videos, not listing that it is used for high propeller like that?
Sir, mostly it is used in electric vehicles, sir, where load is the point.
You have just taken some line from some of the text, or have you gone through that video stating yes, in electrical vehicle we are employing a radial flux motor instead of axial flux in order to overcome that. So I
flux
want
motor
to refer some
radial, sir.
Have you gone through some videos?
Yes, sir.
Radial flux is used.
Radial flux is commonly used everywhere, sir.
Yeah.
We know
what I want to, friend, sorry to interrupt. What I want, it is not just reading a statement. For that authenticity, have you seen some, when I say this is good means, how good is it? Have you watched, have you come across any video reflecting that line or parameter, whatever performance parameter where you are trying to gauge your RF with AF, actual radial flow with the actual. That's what I am seeing. That's
Yes, sir. In daily use, when we see motor pumps also, sir, there we use radial flux motors, sir. So common example what we see, sir. So there we use radial flux motors, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir. I'm sure, sir.
Okay, I will come back. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Murthy sir, if you have any questions, you can. Or Srikant sir, Ramesh sir.
What type of power supply you are using?
What type of DC, sir?
Okay, what are the applications of a DC motor? Sorry, what are the applications of a DC motor power application? Sorry. What are the applications of a DC motor?
No, sir, this is axial flux motor, sir. When we use the controller, we use the power supply there, sir. Sensor.
Okay, fine.
Where that electric energy will convert into mechanical energy, sir, where it rotates the motor, sir. So
Thank you, Sindhu, for any
Yes, sir.
faculty.
Thank you, sir.
Thank.
Okay, Vidhi. So that ends our question and answer session. Good job on your efforts today. Yes, sir.
1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Vidhi, I think you were in the previous student. Offer was presenting and Ramesh sir was asking.
Yes, sir.
Regarding where you have got this people. Is
Yes,
it yours? Is it prepared by you or someone else?
Presentation, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. It's prepared by me, sir.
So, are you sure?
Yes, sir.
So we will make a note of it and we will study your future presentations, whether it is meeting the same quality and the same level of presentation. Are you
Yes,
sure?
sir. Yes, sir. I'm sure, sir.
If it is prepared by you, really we appreciate Vidhi.
Yes, sir. It's prepared by me, sir. You can ask anything about it, sir.
No. The way you have prepared, if it is yours, then we truly appreciate. That's what our intention. We are not in.
So it's fully prepared by me, sir.
Good. Okay. So one of the faculty posed one question regarding limitations. Another faculty regarding power. Are you sure the way you have answered, is it meeting the requirement?
Sir, coming to the limitations of axial motor, sir, compared to radial motor, it's completely good, sir. Like in all the point of view, sir.
Okay. We personally advise to go back and refer some more literature and come and let us have some more points regarding applications as well as limitations. All the best with it.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you,
If there
Vidhi.
are any other requirements, like it's a learning process, sir, so there might be some limitations. I'll see through it and will come up with different requirements, sir.
applications also.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Good, very good, very good, very good.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Vidhi. We wish you the best for the final results and have a wonderful day. So now we shall begin with our last participant. Rajesh, are you here?
Yes, sister.
Yes. Rajesh from first year is going to present now.
Hello,
Yes,
everybody.
Rajesh, you can present.
Hello, everybody. Respected teachers and my dear friends and seniors. A very good afternoon to you all. First of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity. Let me introduce myself. This is B. Rajesh from Mechanical Branch. I am here to present about role of mobile applications in our daily lives. Here, everyone knows about mobile applications. Most of often people.
Yes, Rajesh, can you share your screen?
Teacher, I don't have a laptop.
Yes, you can share it with your phone.
Okay. Teacher, can I show my PPT?
No, it is not visible.
Camera on. Everyone knows about our applications which is used in daily life, such as social media applications, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and some other else. And here to go about some applications like supply applications like educational apps, healthy applications, mobile banking, online shopping, entertainment, and social media.
Yes, Rajesh, you can continue.
Sister?
Yeah, continue, Rajesh.
Mobile applications are used mostly in our teenagers uses the applications like social media networking and games, and they use online calling, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and by its online chatting, chit chatting, social networking. The mobile applications uses communications and mostly sending the files and another and extra etc. And next I'm going to educational apps that benefits a mobile apps in educations. Learning and innovation goes hand in hand. Means the educational apps develops during this period corona this situation. Educational apps are very useful for the students who learn the education who learn more knowledge from educational apps. Next, I'm going through healthy applications. Health applications are applications programs that offer health related services, which helps us whether no need to move wherever hospitals are whether anywhere during the health applications we should check our health in the mobile easily in applies apps.
Yes, continue, Rajesh.
Yes, sister.
Are you done?
Sister?
Did you complete your presentation?
No, sister. I have mobile application. Next. Mobile banking. Yeah. Next, a topic about mobile banking. The mobile banking uses whether no need to move anywhere from our house or anywhere, such as we use Paytms, Google Pay, UPI, credits, net banking, and more than that, applications are have often in Play Stores. Payment applications that users no need to move banks anywhere other. When any urgency we can take money or debit credit money from our hand in our application. Next, online shopping. We shop the online shopping helps us. We shop the directly from the services. Directly the services often from the seller, and the services will be more customer visits the products from online. We see the products and we visit the websites related directly by searching among alternate ways by buying the products. We move to next entertainment applications, which entertains us in mind. Next, social networking. I said in front first, social networking. There are more advantages and disadvantages in the users of applications in mobile. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajesh. We are now open for question and answer session. Yes, sir, you can carry on.
So Rajesh, what is the role of a mechanical engineer in your presentation? What is the role? You are a mechanical engineering student. You are a mechanical engineering student.
Yes, sir.
And what is the role of a mechanical engineer in your topic? This is a general topic, I think.
Sir, I'm not clear about your voice.
It's a general topic. It seems only networking and social applications. It's not related to our mechanical engineering.
Yes, sir.
Can you try for a better topic? Why you have selected this topic?
No, sir. I have some about the applications which users in mobile, sir.
It's okay, but a general topic, na? Have you consulted your counselor?
Sir?
Have you consulted your counselor? Who is your counselor?
No, sir.
Counselor ever?
Srinu, sir.
Please take your, whenever you are taking such a technical presentation, going
Yes,
for
sir.
that, you should take the help of your counselor, na? Or any
Well,
faculty you should have consulted.
okay,
Seems a
sir.
general topic. Anyhow, being a first year student, it's a nice attempt. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Srikanth sir, S. Ramesh sir, if you have any inputs, you can. Okay, judges, we are done with all the participants. And now, thank you, Rajesh. Good job for your efforts.
Thank you, sir.
And ending the session, I request for feedback from the participants. I request any one of you to share your experience today. Participants, Tejasri, Sainath, Rakesh, Srinidhi, Abhinav, any one of you. Yes, Srinidhi.
Once again, a very good afternoon to all. This session is very, I felt very happy to be the part of this session, and I'm happy and I thankful to my juries and my co-participant. A special thanks to all the juries for, for supporting me and also knowing what are my mistakes. Thank you for helping me. And this PPT presentation, this session helps me for the next level. When I again present my PPT, I will know that what are the mistake I should not do and what are the precautions I need to take while presenting PPT. Thank you for each and every juries for knowing me this. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Srinidhi.
Sir.
ఒకసారి మీ వీడియో ఆన్ చేయండి అమ్మా. మీ టాపిక్ ఏంటన్నారు ఇంతకుముందు మీరు మాట్లాడింది? మీ కెమెరా ఆన్ చేయండి ఒకసారి. మీ టాపిక్ ఏంటి ఇంతకుముందు మీరు చెప్పింది?
Industry 4.0.
Okay, maybe you put a nice effort. NIT Warangal also will conduct such event technology on every year. And also neighboring institutes will be conducting such competitions.
Okay, sir.
Who is your counselor?
Sripati, sir.
Okay, you can take the help of your counselor or any other teacher in the department and take a nice topic and present in the other events of the other institutes, neighboring institutes like NIT and IIT Hyderabad and other things. So just don't restrict yourself to the PPT at KITS. It's good you have started being a first year student. You can do better in other institutes also.
Yes, sir.
Keep
Sure.
continuing your efforts.
Sure, sir.
Not only Srinidhi, I advise all the participants who have taken part in this. The same thing. Okay. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, any participants? Okay, thank you. I request everyone to switch on their video to take a snap. I request every faculty.
Students kuda.
Yes, sir. All the participants, try to switch on your video. Thank you, sir. Thank you, participants. Now I request faculty members to give their feedback. Firstly, I request Dr. PSS Murthy, sir, to convey your feedback.
So first of all, I congratulate all the student coordinators and organizers who have taken a lot of efforts to organize this event, especially these coordinators, and also faculty coordinators Anil and Vinod sir, Sumitra madam. And I thank Professor Rajanarendra Reddy sir for guiding us throughout this presentation, throughout this event. And I advise the students to take the help of your counselors and other faculty members and our library resources. E-journals are there. Use these resources and better to participate in the institutes like NIT and IIT. Neighboring institutes, NIT and IIT, they are conducting technical functions. So please take participation. Take some time because some of the senior students, maybe third year, final year students, they are busy in organizing our own events. But when some other institute is organizing, you will not have that burden of organizing there. So better you participate in those events so that our flag of KITSW mechanical should fly outside also. That is my feeling. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your inputs. Now I request G. Vinod Kumar, sir, to convey your feedback.
So, student friends, thank you very much for organizing the event in a very well manner. And I also thank all the faculty members, Murthy sir, Ramesh sir, Oja madam, Srikant sir, for their cooperation and made this event successful. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Now I request S. Ramesh, sir.
Please share this display slide.
Yes, sir. Do you want me to share this screen?
Yeah. Display
Yes,
slide.
sir. Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Now I request S. Anil Kumar, sir, to convey your inputs.
Yeah, play. Not this one. Display slide. First slide. What I have said.
Yeah, okay,
Now,
sir.
presentation
Yes,
untadi kadamma. This one, right?
Thank you. Thank you for. Thank you, HOD sir, and my faculty faculty in charges G. Vinod Kumar sir and Sumitra madam. And also faculty members has special thanks to faculty members for giving the valuable time to conduct the paper presentation. Dr. T.S.S. Murthy sir and Sri S. Ramesh sir and Sri S. V. Srikanth sir and E. Ramesh sir and Dr. Shikuntala Vajan. And also thank to IST coordinators of student IST coordinator Karthik as well as event coordinators, especially Shivani and Sindhuja. Thank you for organizing this event very successfully and smoothly. Okay, and also thank to the student coordinator of the Sathik Reddy, the entire student coordinator. Huh? Once again, I'm thank to all the organizers, mentors, and faculty. Thank you. Over to you, Sindhuja.
Thank you, sir. Now I request S. Ramesh sir, to convey your
Nana
inputs.
Sindhya, thank you. First, I will start with an apology because up to
No
12
issue, sir.
I was there. So please forgive. And coming to the presentation, first the point to be underlined is good inputs have been given by Murthy sir. Whenever we are as a first year or whatever year you are in, you have to meet your counselor or any teacher so that you can get some inputs and your presentation will be fruitful. That is a must. Everybody is at the brink of the hour. You are trying to come at 11th hour and try to address the system. Please get out of that habit. And next, most important, you know, our department is NBA accredited, and there is due weightage to these presentations. Students performing intramural, extramural. So that emphasis should be. You should emphasize on that point and try to make maximum presentations whenever nearby colleges in and around or outside the state. Go there online or whatever possible mode they are conducting. Do participate. Participation is most important. Please, friends, participation is most important. And please, whenever you are trying to come up with a PPT, make sure that it is in a proper manner, that it comes which to come first and which follows next. There should be order and references, acknowledgements. All those should be specified duly, because when it is a technical presentation, it should reflect that in your PPT. And I thank our respected HOD sir, Rajnarendra Reddy sir, for giving us this opportunity, followed by the MESA faculty in charge, starting with G. Vinod Kumar sir, S. Anil Kumar sir, and Sumitra madam. And my chairman for this PPT presentation, Murthy sir, and other esteemed members, Dr. Roja madam, V. Srikanth sir, and Dr. E. Ramesh sir, for being a part of this wonderful session. So we are not relying on the quantity, it's always the quality that counts at the end of the day. And most important, our MESA president and the entire team. Shivani was with me coordinating all the way right from the beginning. Now she is in Medaram, I think. And thanks to Sindhuja that you have coordinated well. Thank you one and all for giving us this opportunity to interact for a wonderful sessions. Thank you. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. E. Ramesh sir to convey your inputs. Okay, sir is not available right now, I guess. Now I request V. Srikanth sir to give feedback.
First of all, is very congratulations to the MESA faculty in charges and even coordinators and even members, students. Very good afternoon to all. Very fantastic to conduct the paper presentations, and each and every students are they are giving a beautiful presentations, and Shivani as well as the Sindhuja is very well to coordinate each and every person, and they can conduct the within the time period. Very nice. Thank you my side, and thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Sumitra ma'am to convey your feedback.
Oja madam has spoken, please.
No, sir.
Why you call madam here? Is there no?
Yes. Now
Last
I request
Sumitra madam,
Shakuntala
they
Oja,
are
ma'am.
Yeah.
Dr. Shakuntala Oja, ma'am. If you have any inputs, you can speak.
Thank you, Sindhija. First of all, congratulate to all the student coordinators and faculty coordinators and MESA faculty in charge, and our beloved head of the department, Dr. K. Narendra Reddy, sir. Thank you once again to giving me this opportunity. And all the participants, heartily congratulate to such a nice presentation. I hope you will present in future also. All the best for your future. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sindhija.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Sumitra ma'am to convey your feedback. Thank you, ma'am. Lastly, now I request our beloved HOD, sir, Dr. Raja Narendra Reddy, sir, for your presidential review.
Sorry.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay, sir.
Okay, అమ్మా. సార్ లేదు అటెండ్ అయ్యాను. ఓకే అమ్మా.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. I once again thank everyone in the meeting for your cooperation.
ఫైనల్లీ అమ్మా
Yes, sir.
రిజల్ట్స్ మాది ఎలా అనౌన్స్ చేస్తారు అనేది మీరు కనుక్కోండి సార్.
Okay, sir. We'll contact you, sir.
Nana Sindhuja.
Yes, sir.
First make you exit the students first of all. ఒక 5 minutes లో అయిపోతాను నేను చెప్తా. ఒక దీంట్లో స్టూడెంట్స్ ఎవరైనా ఉంటే లీవ్ గమ్మానండి, లేకుంటే మీరైనా
Participants,
Yes.
Yeah, faculty.
we are done. You can exit from the meeting.
సింధుజ.
Yes, sir. Everyone are.
అయిపోయినాక ఏం చేయనమ్మా, ఫ్యాకల్టీతో ఒకసారి టైప్ చేసి మెసేజ్, ఎవరన్నా ఒక టైప్ చేసి మెసేజ్ పెట్టమనండి. ఓకేనా?
Yes, sir.
వాళ్ళ ఎవరు విన్నర్స్ ఉంటారో టాప్ 3 వాళ్ళు ఉంటారు కదా, 3 మెంబర్స్ తీసుకోండి.
Yes, sir.
యాక్చువల్ గా మనకు రూల్స్ అండ్ రెగ్యులేషన్స్ అది సెంట్రల్ కంపెనీ రాలే, అంటే ఎంటర్ప్రైజెస్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్
గూగుల్ షీట్ ఇచ్చాను కదమ్మా.
Yes, sir. Now I request all the
Google
judges
Sheet
to fill the Google Sheet, sir.
Google
అంటే
Sheet
ప్రైజెస్ మనము వాళ్ళు పార్టిసిపెంట్ డిసైడ్ చేయాలి సార్. అది షీట్ ఇవ్వలేదు మనకు సెంట్రల్ నుంచి, ఇక్కడ కాదు సార్ అన్ని ఈవెంట్స్. కాబట్టి అందుకే టాప్ లెక్కలు 1, 2, 3 అనేది టైప్ చేసి పెట్టండి, ఇక మీరు డిసైడ్ చేయండి.
if every student has left, then we can wind up in another 5 minutes, not more than 5 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Students
Everyone have left.
the better.
Left
Yes, sir. All the participants have left.
Yeah. Now you show me the slide representing the name of the student and
yes,
his topic, so that just show me the name of the student and the slide, so that we can arrive, because when the topic is there, definitely it will flash in our mind how best he has done. Zoom the
first participant is Tejasri. Topic is composites.
You can read out. Yeah.
Topic is composites.
Okay.
Second is Abhinav.
Beta, you can my best idea is you can share the Google Sheet undi kada nana, Google Sheet share chesesandi ayipotundi kada, that is his best.
I have already shared. Shivani have already shared Google Sheet link, sir.
Okay. Sorry. Okay.
You already have the access, sir.
మూర్తి సార్
చెప్పండి
మూర్తి సార్
చెప్పండి చెప్పండి.
అన్న ఇప్పుడు ఈ 7 ఉన్నారు కదా, ఈ 7 ఎవరు అనేది 1 2 3 అనేది ఒక రఫ్ గా చెప్పండి.